I personally think it's the highest quality property in the world, and I think it will appreciate the best over time. And as I pointed out to you, it has performed the best in the past 2 years versus every other option. So we've been right over a 2-year time frame. I think we'll be right over a 4, 8, 10-year time frame. You've got an entire world, media, analysts, politicians, financiers, and they're all starting to figure this out. But I still say we're early, right? This paradigm shift takes a decade.
In the year 2024, the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency at large is undergoing transformative changes, making it a great option for both seasoned and novice investors. Bitcoin in particular has been making headlines with developments such as the US Securities and Exchange Commission's approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin's surge to new all-time highs, and the approaching Bitcoin halving event. With all of this good news, there's a strong case to be made as to why it's not too late to invest in Bitcoin. It's a wise decision that MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor swears by. In one of his interviews, Michael Saylor gives us the encouragement we need for this upcoming Bitcoin halving, expected in April 2024. Historically, halving events have led to significant price surges for Bitcoin. The reason is straightforward. With the reward for mining new Bitcoin halving, new supplies slow down, creating scarcity. As demand continues or increases, prices tend to go up. This upcoming halving is expected to have a similar impact, making it a potentially lucrative time for investors to get involved in Bitcoin. Let us now watch Michael Saylor as he explains why it isn't too late to buy Bitcoin and why its massive rise is yet to come. While watching, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and enable post notifications for more similar content. Make sure to stay until the end of the video, where Michael Saylor explains why Bitcoin is better than any other asset in traditional finance. We hope you enjoy it.
I think that the highlight in the past year is the institutional adoption of Bitcoin and the maturation of the asset class, along with the education of millions and millions of people as to why they might want digital property, what is a digital commodity, and what's its place in the macro economy. Now, to be clear, I still think we're very early. I personally think it's the highest quality property in the world, and I think it will appreciate the best over time. And as I pointed out to you, it has performed the best in the past 2 years versus every other option. So we've been right over a 2-year time frame. I think we'll be right over a 4, 8, 10-year time frame. What is Bitcoin? A digital commodity? Do I have to deal with that? Well, now Fidelity's talking about rolling out the 34 million retail accounts. You've got the government embracing crypto assets, saying we better figure it out. Congress, senators getting educated on it. The CFTC, the SEC getting educated on it. Big institutional investors starting to take Bitcoin positions. The media. Now you've got Bloomberg covering crypto. You've got CNBC covering crypto. You've got an entire world, media, analysts, politicians, financiers, and they're all starting to figure this out. But I still say we're early, right? This paradigm shift takes a decade. That phrase, there are decades when nothing happens, and, weeks when decades happen. It really refers to paradigm shifts. And if you think about the paradigm shift when automobiles arrived, there's the famous snapshot in New York City where, there's just a bunch of horse and buggies, and 10 years later, it's all cars. And in that 10 years, you adopted it. So every decade, there's some profound paradigm shift. And the thing that hits you about a paradigm shift is it's such an out-of-the-blue idea that no one can conceive of why you would even want it. Now we're studying this paradigm shift of digital energy, and why would I want to move a block of $1 billion of something from point A to point B through cyberspace in a split second with instant final settlement, right? Initially, if you roll the clock back a decade, we didn't have it. Every financial crisis we've had right, in the history of the world, and we've had 10,000 of them. There have been 10,000 currency collapses, from the Lydians to the Athenians to the Spartans to the Romans to the Venetians.
Before we proceed with more of Michael Saylor's powerful insights, here's some relevant news on Bitcoin. Coinbase suggests that despite anticipation surrounding the Bitcoin halving event, potential price spikes may face challenges due to the historically weak performance of the crypto market during this time of year. The exchange notes a decrease in overall crypto volumes, but highlights the possibility of new investors entering the market, drawn by Bitcoin's growing acceptance as digital gold. Coinbase also predicts that price declines may become less significant as more investors participate, potentially leading to more aggressive buying during market dips. Halving events have historically coincided with Bitcoin price surges, with the last event in May 2020 witnessing a substantial increase in Bitcoin's value. Nevertheless, many expert analysts remain bullish on Bitcoin's long-term performance, believing that the asset is bound to reach greater heights in the future. Let us now return to Michael Saylor's interview as he elaborates on Bitcoin's massive potential compared to other assets.
The history is full of examples of an empire rises, someone mints a currency, the successors or the children of the conqueror debase the currency, the grandchildren debase it more, the great-grandchildren forget how they actually got the power, they spend everything, go wacky crazy, pretty soon the economy collapses, you can't pay your soldiers, they all defect, and the barbarians come over the gate and they take everything, including your debased gold. They melt it down, they purify it, they mint their own coin, and the cycle starts again. That's literally taken place 10,000 times. You know, people don't trust governments, right? We're at an all-time low in public trust of institutions. It doesn't matter what government. And they don't trust companies. And why? For good reason, because companies are influenced by governments, right? Right? If you're in America, you know, you're certainly not going to trust a company in China. And if you're in China, you're certainly not going to trust a company in America. And then, you know, a lot of people that don't trust domestic companies, and the Europeans and the Australians don't trust American companies either. So there's a lot of lack of trust. So if I can't trust that, then what can I trust? Where am I going to put my money? You know, I'm going to do a slight detour here, Brian, but this is very interesting that I want to share with your listeners, which is I track the financial markets since we embarked on our Bitcoin strategy. So here is what's happened since August 10th, 2020, when we adopted Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset. Bitcoin is up 65%. MicroStrategy stock, and MicroStrategy's bought almost $4 billion, not quite, but nearly $4 billion of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy stock is up 66%. So we are tracking slightly ahead of Bitcoin. The S&P is up 14%. The NASDAQ is up 4%. Whoa, 4%. All of big tech is up 4%. Gold is down 18%. And, you know, bonds, the ultra-safe bonds, long-term bonds, down 18%. Oof. So in terms of asset classes, the crazy volatile Bitcoin is the best performing of all those major assets. And then you can say to yourself, well, I'm just going to invest in stocks. Okay, let's look at big tech. Google's up 37%, Apple's up 32%, Microsoft's up 16%, Amazon is down 22%, Facebook is down 45%, and Netflix is down 52%. Okay. little MicroStrategy, no one ever heard of, up 66%. Would you have guessed that a mid-sized software company, low-growth mid-sized software company nobody ever heard of, would outperform Google in the last 2 years by a factor of 2? And you know, so last point I make, we compete against companies 100 times as big as us. Oracle, 100 times bigger than us. They're up 25%, IBM's up 3%, Salesforce is down 23%, SAP's down 47%. Okay, so what is the lesson of that? The lesson is we're in the middle of chaos. There is no place to hide. Your choice is you could buy gold, but gold is dead metal and it's just getting ground into the dirt. right? I can seize your gold. Gold is the half-life of money, and gold is 35 years. And you can't put gold on 8 billion iPhones. So the problem is there's no tech in gold, and it was a good idea in the 19th century, and it's centralized. Governments can seize it, and the gold miners keep debasing it. They keep mining more gold, right? In the best year, you get 2% more. In the worst year, someone seizes a bunch of gold, dump it on the market, you get more than 2%. So people are looking for a safe haven. What's it going to be? Property in Africa? Property in Venezuela? You can't have property in North Korea. Property in Argentina? A business? A business where? A business in Argentina where the currency collapses? What good are your cash flows if the currency that you generate the cash flows are collapses in value?
In other news, Bitcoin's price has remained above $50,000 since late February, with crypto analyst Dylan Leclerc suggesting it's unlikely to dip back to that level soon. Leclerc notes the increasing support levels and lack of immediate speculation in derivatives markets as factors contributing to this outlook. However, he also highlights the potential pressure on short positions if Bitcoin rises back to $70,000 or above, potentially leading to significant liquidations. Leclerc references recent actions by global asset manager BlackRock, updating its Bitcoin exchange-traded fund prospectus and adding new authorized participants, as evidence supporting his analysis. With the upcoming halving event drawing close, there's anticipation and speculation over Bitcoin's future price movements. Crypto trader Rect Capital believes there's a significant potential for upward movement, suggesting the market is approximately 1/3 through the bull market phase. What are your thoughts on the upcoming Bitcoin halving event in April 2024? Are you expecting significant price surges as seen in previous halving cycles? Feel free to drop your thoughts and analyses in the comments below. If you found today's video enlightening and want to stay ahead with more insights and updates on crypto and global finance, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications. Your support greatly encourages us to continue providing in-depth content and discussions. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll uncover more about the fascinating developments in the cryptocurrency space. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep investing wisely. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.